What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Danny the Bull back with another live stream, and today Bitcoin hit $70,000 for the first time. It's currently just under that in the $69,000 range, and maybe during this stream it'll flip 70,000 and turn it into support. We'll see. Super exciting. Alts are running. Many of the alts that a lot of people who watch this channel are into have been running. Ted has been running. Devve just started to run. Games for a Living's doing well. Naka's doing well. Aitech has been on a tear, along with many other AI tokens still doing their thing. And of course, memes have been absolutely crazy recently. Cat memes, Cock Inu, now they're like whore memes of Elizabeth Horan or something like this. We'll talk about all of it. As always, a lot to talk about on this Sunday afternoon, 4:00 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully catching some people in Europe with this stream. We'll talk about any and all of it. As always, be active in the comments. I've got some stuff that I want to discuss, but we'll get to all of your questions as well. Before we start, let's see who we got up in the house. Season 3 OG in the house. Always a great day when Danny streams. I've been looking forward to this one because all weekend, all I've been doing is like checking my portfolio and like going in Telegram and on Twitter and things like this. Pink Panther in the house. What's good? Gfal asks, is Skypath still a buy? I'm going to come back to this question. I'm going to star it and come back to it a little later. Russ in the house. Yo, Danny, good luck for your interview with Russ tomorrow. That's Russ Mcade. I've seen your spreadsheet colors, but what's your price prediction range for Mcade this bull? Cheers. Yeah, tomorrow I've got a good interview set up. Founder and CEO of Mcade, Russ, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Really, really looking forward to that one. I will break out the spreadsheet, and I've been thinking more along the lines of price potential, like outcomes, instead of making predictions. But I did want to talk about a prediction for Mcade because my homie Mohammed Siddiqui put out a poll on Mcade this week on Twitter. And I bookmarked it. I wanted to take a look at it and discuss it. So we'll definitely be looking at the Mcade price potential. Smarty Pants in the house said Fork is his biggest winner so far. Got in at around 3 million, currently consolidating around 21 a month later. That's pretty sick. 7x return. Pretty dope. And still pretty cheap. I'm not familiar with Fork. Have about 150K in profit right now. That's the beauty of being early, sticking around through the bear market, getting beat down, having people tell you that it's going to zero, it's going lower, it's not coming back, but sticking around, and not only sticking around, but having the conviction and believing in the way these things play out. And loading up early, because when you loading up early versus loading up, now it's still early, but it's not early. Loading up early versus loading up early is the difference between like 100x and a 50x. It's difference between 1,000x and 100x. And so if you loaded up early and had conviction when others were fudding your bags and telling you that you were wrong and crazy and that, alts wouldn't run until the second half of this year. If you front ran those people, congrats, you deserve it. They'll say that it's luck next year. It wasn't luck. All right, just make sure that you take profits. Very important, right? And make sure that 150K in profit, which will turn into more than 150K, I'm sure, that you cash that out. Elmer Fudd in the house, channel member. Appreciate you being a channel member, Elmer. Been looking forward to this all day. I've been looking forward to this too. I love streaming and chatting with you guys. B-Dubs in the house. What's good, B-Dubs? Also a channel member. Appreciate you. I'm always coming through. Jordan Riz in the house. Good friend, Comey homie. Benji versus Dibble. Yeah. So Benji, so for those not familiar, these are cat coins have been going crazy lately. I saw there's he mule or something, which is like, I think that's Vitalik Buterin's cat. And then Taylor Swift's cats, I think I mentioned it last stream, have been going nuts. I got into Benji thanks to Sugar Rush in Ron's Telegram group. It's a team effort in there, and Benji found, Sugar Rush found Benji super cheap. I forget where, maybe in the 100,000s of market cap. It's currently at 20 million. Crazy. I did a 25x on it off $100 and I cashed out. Should have held. It's doubled since. I sold at $10 million market cap. With my luck, it'll do, another 100x, and that would have been like $1 million bag. But it's the meme game, and these things are silly. They can go to zero, but it's part of the fun in crypto, and I feel like it's a rite of passage. One of my bucket list, items this cycle was to catch a meme early and ride it up. Did that with Kakinu. Got a 25x out of Benji, but then I bought Dibble, so now I'm on Team Dibble, which we got that one. Again, Sugar Rush found. That's Taylor Swift's other cat. Got that one at a $25,000 market cap. I was up like 50x on it or something. It dumped a bit, but it's recovering now. I think it's at like a 200K market cap. So I'm on Team Dibble, and I hope everyone wins. Whatever you're buying. And there are crazy things. Let's pull up. Let me present and pull up. This is crazy. And this is crypto stuff, man. Give me a second. If you've been paying attention to this meme stuff, I didn't catch this one, but I just find it really funny. Here it is. Oh, horn. Someone made Elizabeth Horn coin. This has gone, I think this has got like, it's in the millions, the market cap. Not very nice. Not very nice. And I don't think it's going to change your mind on crypto. But this is, some people hate memes and all this stuff. I don't. I think it's funny. I think it's fun. You got to be super careful. Anything I put into a meme could go to zero. Try to catch them early and ride it up, fully expecting to lose all my money. But, I think memes are fun and they bring retail. The first thing that retail tends to buy is like a stupid meme coin. And, in last cycle, memes were like last to pop. That was like the way of the cycle. And this time, I think we're going to see memes throughout. So, and especially now in Solana, they're so cheap to mint and there are no gas fees over there. So, Pro Legendary in the house. What's good? Yo, yo, yo. OMC Burger Pants in the house. What happened to Mask? Mask is still solid. A big whale dumped, from what I understand. But let's pull up Mask real quick. I'm still bullish on Mask. I still think it's a really good project, and I still think that it's undervalued compared to some other coins. But you see here, a whale dumped off some of his Mask tokens. It's recovered a bit since. It dropped to 36 cents, which I think was a good buy. My Mask bags are packed. Maybe I'll add some more if it stays down, but only a $14 million market cap. I expect Mask to do well. Lex Money is interviewing Russ Mcade soon as well. Nice. Mcade is solid. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of there. I love that they're going for it. I love that Russ is competitive and wants to he wants to dominate, and he doesn't want to just like compete with Naka. He wants to beat Naka, and I love to see that. And I hold both, and I want them both to do well. Yeah, smash up the like button for sure. Thanks, Russ. What's good, Ed in the house? Justin, channel member in the house. What's good? Robert, bought some more Mcade and GHX. Good. GHX is another good one. I don't have that. But let's talk about, oh, it's the first time Frank catching me live. Nice. Welcome to the live stream, Frank. Appreciate you. And Frank is on Team Devve also. That's funny. But yeah, let's chat a bit. Bitcoin consolidating a bit in this range, and as it consolidates, alts are having a little bit of a run. But as nice of a run as they're having, I think it's still just the appetizer, right? This isn't really alt season just yet. And here's Bitcoin. You see it touched 70K today, brushed up against 70K, sold off. It's hanging, up there. Sooner or later, and I'm thinking sooner rather than later, it's going to flip 70K and turn it into, support and go into price discovery. And, that's when the fun begins. And historically speaking, Bitcoin will go on its run after it breaks its previous all-time high. Alts will kind of go sideways, but then alts fly. And that's when we really get into like that alt season that we've been waiting for. And again, we're getting a taste of it, but it's not, it gets even more exciting. It gets kind of crazy out there in these streets. And I showed this last, just to give context, my last stream, just to put things in perspective. Again, right now we're getting higher up here, right? Bitcoin's closing in that all-time high. Altcoins, this is the total 3 chart, still lagging behind the Bitcoin chart, historically speaking. It's up a bit from here, right, on this chart, but still got a ways to go to hit that previous all-time high. But then guess what? Alts go into price discovery also. And the total market cap for crypto goes into price discovery. And the question is, how high does it go this cycle? A lot of people, expect a super cycle, expect major money to flood in now that the ETFs are here. We still have the Ethereum ETF coming in May, and that's after the halving. And that's the crazy thing about all of this, is that we're not even at the halving yet. Super exciting. And you've got to be patient, and you also have to have thick skin, because it's so volatile and there are shakeouts, and you can't, if you're playing this game, you got to play by the rules of the game. And volatility is one of the main features of this asset class. And if you live through the bear market, then you're familiar with that. But things can get stressful. And I said this last stream, it can be stressful when your bags are going down. It can also be stressful when your bags are going up, right? Because then you're wondering, you're thinking about an exit strategy. And then when you see a big hit to your portfolio and it drops 20, 30%, it can bug you out. There are shakeouts along the way. You have to have a thick skin, and you need to be able to withstand that. And if that sort of thing bugs you out psychologically, then taking profit along the way isn't a bad option. But it all depends, I think, on your plan, your perspective, and your own, how you handle things, right? Because me and my brother I told him, I caught Benji last time, and I told him about it. And then he said, next time you find something, let me know. I found, we found the other one, whatever it's called, Dibble. And I said, all right, I'm about to buy this one. I think it'll do well. Give me, $140, one soul I'll throw in for you if you want. He said, yes. So I threw in one soul for him, one soul for me. And that thing ran up like a 25x real quick in a few days. And he was like, do we sell it? Do we sell it? I was like, I'm just going to let it ride. It dropped. Like, it did like a 70% drop, because as volatile as crypto is, the memes are, way more volatile. It's like, crypto on steroids. And so he was bugging out saying, we should have sold. We should have sold. And now we're going back up. And so, but my point is this: if you don't have the temperament to play this game, it can take you for a ride, and you need to prepare yourself psychologically, come up with a game plan. And if you're bothered by the volatility, it's not a bad idea to take profits, because profit is profit. And that's the bottom line. A little Stone Cold reference there. Let's see what else we got in here. Justin Dibble, by the way. Marcus, what up? The Beast. Enjoy some juicy gains on Epico. I didn't get Epico. And I knew Epico would pop. And congrats to everyone in on Epico. I knew Epico would pop. And I'm okay with that. Not having it, I mean. Because, you can't catch them all. There's only so much money that I can spread out. And I have a lot of good bags. And pretty much they've all popped. With the exception of like Hello, which I'm probably down on. And playable games, but that's going to come back, and Lit Labs. With the exception of like those three, everything else I have has done exceptionally well. And so I didn't get in on Epico, but I knew Epico would do well. I said it. Super small market cap. Shout out to Jordan Riz, who's like an Epico whale. Had a lot of Epico, has a lot of Epico. This went from a $1 million market cap to now a 3.5. So a good sign. It did like 150% in one day. So shout out to all the Epico holders out there, and shout out to everyone who's holding stuff. And, again, who was here early and had the conviction to do this when a lot of others didn't, because now it's starting. I'm getting all these phone calls from people. My brother, my brother-in-law, my wife's cousin, my niece's boyfriend, people at work are all asking me what they should buy and if they should get it back in. And all of these people scoffed at me in the bear market, right? When I was loading up, when I said, buy Solana at $8, buy Bitcoin at $16,000, now is the time. In their mind, it wasn't the time, right? But now it's the time, because they see the green candles going up, and that's what people are attracted to. And you're going to see more and more of that, right? Retail is not really in yet. They're starting to get in. And, they're going to be buying, and that's, that's when we're going to be selling. Silverback, the fun begins when we nibble a little at Dibble. Andrew, glad to catch you live again. Welcome, Andrew. Pixel in the house. What's good? Good chat as always. Halving is around the corner. Cannot wait. Are we due for an overall dip before the halving? It's a good question. We had a 15% dip on Bitcoin already. I will say it depends on, I think if we break 70K and hold it, then no. Then I think we go into price discovery, and, it just confirms the bullish narrative for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin really struggles there, which it doesn't look like it's happening, then maybe. But we already had that 15% pullback. Keep in mind, we also had, in January, a 20% pullback. So we had two sizable dips, and the one in January was, an overall, all alts dumped. Bitcoin dumped, alts dumped harder. This was more of like a flash crash, this last one. I think it recovered in like 48 hours, 24, 48 hours, and alts weren't that affected. But, I'm not betting on, if I had to like say, will we see a major correction before the halving? I would say no. Right. But with the, perspective of saying that, it could very well happen. Right. The truth is no one knows, but I don't think so. And but I'm prepared for it psychologically. If it happens, it happens. We'll see. Most of my buying has occurred already. Okay, my bags are pretty much packed. What I'm doing now is taking liquidity from my Solana bag, which from the bottom has pumped like a 15x, right? From the bottom. So I had a really big bag of Sol, and that's kind of feeding my new coins. If I find something, and I'm trying to spread that out to make it last throughout the cycle, because there are going to be new coins that are born, right? And a lot of things are going to come out mid-cycle, a lot of hot coins. You're going to see, just like we saw these meme coins popping off, there are going to be other meme coins that pop off. I want to have liquidity and access to liquidity, and that's what I'm using my Sol bag for. You know, it's still got, you know, runway ahead of it, but, you know, compared to my small caps, Solana I expect, you know, a 3x out of, whereas my small caps I'm expecting much more than a 3x. And so I'm laddering out of Solana into some things I think can do 10, 20x, etc. And, you know, as my other smaller ones move up, perhaps I'll ladder out of those. But, you know, I always share my stuff, my strategy here, and I also learn from people also. And I think that's important. A lot of people have, you know, you can't let your ego get in the way. I don't know everything. I've learned a ton this cycle, and I'm continuing to learn. I've been riding alongside Ron. I've learned a lot from Ron. I've been riding alongside other people. I've learned a lot from them. And I've, more importantly, learned from people's mistakes and my own. So it's a learning process. Let's get it. Silverback says there's going to be a shakeout, 20 to 50%. We'll see. I don't think 50% I think would be a lot. And what's interesting is the shakeouts this cycle have been smaller than the shakeouts last cycle. So last cycle, the pre-halving shakeouts, and there were like 5 of them. And I think we had 5 this cycle. Last cycle, they were all around 30% or so. This cycle, they were at 20%. So we'll see. Maybe the shakeouts are smaller. As this thing gets bigger and people are more familiar with how things run, I don't really expect a 50% shakeout unless something crazy happens. But 20 to 30%, I think, on the table. And Silverback is right. Just have a long time horizon, and you'll be fine. I'm up 16x. Nice, Jojo and Elizabeth Horn. That's crazy. It's crazy. And this is what happens because the way crypto works is people make a lot of money off of, you know, like me, I have a big Sol bag. And so when I didn't get Elizabeth Horn, but when I saw like Benji and Dibble pop up, I threw a Sol at it. And you got people who just, it's like paper money. It's like monopoly money. And meme coins are the ultimate casino. I'm 70% down on OMI, the rest in profit. And that's why it's good to diversify. Caro in the house. What's good? Except OMI. LOL, OMI has done terrible. Sorry, this is an OMI free stream. I mean, there's still time for OMI. I think OMI will go up. As I've said in my last, I think I made the last OMI specific video I made, I said it was like buy, sell, hold. I said it wasn't a buy. It's a hold or a sell if you're over leveraged on it because it will be outperformed. And that's what's happened, right? I mean, let's look at some of the things. Let's get into some of these coins here. And see where we're at. So let me pull up. Here we go. I'm going to start with, I have an order I wanted to go in. We'll start with medicating the gaming sector because gaming is starting to heat up. And remember last stream I said you have to be patient, right? People were wondering, will gaming coins, when will they get hot again? And I pointed to AI as an example. AI went sideways and quiet for 2 months, didn't do anything. And then they popped, and they popped hard. And similarly, gaming has been, quiet and dormant for a little more than 2 months, right? For like 3 months or so. But what happens is when the market heats up and AI gets juiced and runs, people look at the sectors that haven't run. And gaming is a major narrative this cycle. Make no mistake about it. It's not going to go anywhere. You're going to see headlines that come out that juice the whole sector, and influencers that juice the sector. And so when it's quiet, and I said this last stream, that's an accumulation phase, right? That's consolidation, accumulation. And now look at, games for a living just went up 25% super quick. When crypto moves, it moves. Where we want things to move on our own time frames and timetables, it's not always how it works. You have to be patient. And in the stock market, being patient is 5 years, and crypto being patient is 2 or 3 months in a bull run, right? And I think we're starting to see gaming come back into the narrative. We'll see how it plays out, but 25% move up on games for a living. I'm seeing some others. Naka has had a nice move up. Mcade had a move up prior to this because it was more of like a stable coin, right? When gaming was moving and Mcade was flat. But then Mcade had a nice move of over 100%. It's been consolidating strong here at just over 2 cents. And it's still relatively cheap. $40 million market cap, still cheaper than games for a living, a lot cheaper than Naka, and still has a lot going for it and plenty of runway ahead of it. So I'm going to have Russ on the channel on tomorrow. So check out that interview. We'll maybe get some alpha, but they've got a lot of going on, and they're really just starting to build out, I feel like. And I bookmarked. Where is it? Here we go. So here's a little, first of all, the Mcade community is strong. There's a lot of engagement there, right? If you look at if you just pay attention to social metrics and engagement, they have it, and that's good to see. So here is this what I wanted? Give me a second. Here it is. All right, this is what I wanted. All right, so this is a message from the Mcade team. They just released this recently. We have seen the green shoots of marketing start this week alongside the launch of pre-alpha for our tournament platform. So their tournaments are getting going, which is super exciting. That'll be like Naka. It's going to bring a lot of, that's play to earn. It's going to bring even more engagement. So that's a community building, type of, that's great for community building, right? Tournaments, competing against each other. The price has consolidated. So they're talking about price right here. And you're seeing a lot of, projects do this. And if you're in the Akomi community, they're 180 degrees on the other side of things, right? They don't talk about it at all. So a lot of people say it's a red flag to see the people, to see crypto projects talk about the price. Perhaps long term, it could get them into some trouble, but I'm here for a year. So there's that. So here's what's going on. Again, Rockstar Games co-founder Jamie King joined Mcade. Tournaments pre-alpha testing goes live to game testers. And there's a AAA game announcement scheduled for next week. Super bullish there. More on the horizon. What do we see here? It's your boy. Look at that. Events and AMAs. Danny the Bull March 11th, YouTube Live. So come join us. Then they're going to be in London for Pragma London, and then they're going to be in London again, or still, for ETH Global. Then these are their tournaments coming out. They have 3 games, desktop only, play to earn tournaments. So, good things happening there. And again, I look at Naka and what they're doing in terms of price. And Naka went over $3. It broke $3. It's now just around there. It'll likely, again, flip this into support. But then the all-time high for Naka, which came out last cycle, right, but really is getting going this cycle, and all their things that they're building are happening now. Nakaverse 2.0 and things like this. All-time high is about $6. So expect it to now take a run at this all-time high, possibly break it. It will in time break it, I'm sure, and then go into price discovery for Naka. And the thing about this is it's great being early, because for any coin, I'm going to use Naka as an example. Let's say you have 5,000 Naka coins. That's just a round number. And it goes up 20% today, right? That's, or 10%. Let's go with 10% today. That would be a 30-cent move, right? A 30-cent move would give you what? About $1,000 in profit on the day, $1,500. Once this gets to $10, it's going to be moving by the dollar. It's not going to be moving like, 20 cents, 15 cents, 10 cents. It's going to be doing moves of $1, $2, $3 a day. And that's going to be moves of from in your bag, if you have 5,000 tokens, of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a day. That's how it works. As the price gets higher and the same percentage move up will result in, much bigger gains. That's why accumulating early, and that applies to everything, right? When games for a living, if it gets to 50 cents, $1, and it does a 10% move up, it's a 10-cent gain. Can you imagine if games for a living went up 10 cents today? The euphoria. That's how these things work. And again, things move gradually in crypto, and then they move all at once. And I studied a bunch of charts from last cycle. And when things got crazy in those final 2 months of, the hysteria, coins were doing 700% gains. Those are coins that already did moves up. We're doing 500, 700% gains. The good ones, the big ones. And so, excuse me, it's just perspective. But I'm going to get back to that question from Russ about Mcade. First, let's look at where is it? Here it is. The homie Mohammed Siddiqui, friend of the channel, put out this this up to vote. Where is Mcade going? 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, $2 plus. People are so bullish. They said $2 plus, almost 60%. There's still another day to vote. Feel free to go do that. I think I retweeted it. 153 votes cast. People are bullish. Mcade community. So where do I think it's going to go? And I don't want to get caught up in price predictions, because one of the things that you learn going through crypto cycles is that a lot of times wherever people expect it to go, oftentimes it falls short. A lot of people calling for that $5 ADA last cycle didn't hit. 10K Ethereum, 100K Bitcoin, 5-cent Omi. Name the coin. So I don't quite make predictions, but again, I'll say where if I had to say, I think it will blow past 25 cents at a $400 million market cap. I think it'll go past 400 million. I think it will top. I think it could get into $1 billion market cap. If I had to say, I would say like $1.30. But keeping in mind that these are all possibilities, right? I think 26 cents, that's a possibility. I think I would be disappointed by that. 65 cents, even this is possible. $2 and $2 over $2 is possible. $4 billion market cap. Gala last cycle, let me bring up the historical snapshot from 2021. How many coins got to $4 billion market cap? 50. About 50. Well, more got to it, but this is where they were on that day. All right, so you figure about maybe 60 to 70 coins actually got there. 60 maybe. So can it get there? It's possible. Gala got there. Chili's. I mean, if Chili's got close to 4 billion, I can see Mcade. Sandbox blew past that. But again, it will also depend on exchanges. Mcade needs exchanges. Right now, it can only be, I think it's on BitGet, Bitmart, and I swapped it on MetaMask. Those gas fees are way too high, right? It's on ETH. So I would like for Mcade to get on exchanges. But speaking of gaming, I added at special request from B-Dubs. OTK is another solid gaming project, currently at a $25 million market cap. This is maybe the best gaming hub. They have Star Atlas on Solana. I don't know that there's another gaming hub that's better than OTK. I think it's a mobile game. They offer rewards through gift cards. That's also play to earn. They got a bunch of different games in there. We got this super early. People in Ron's group. Ron put this out at probably a $2 million market cap. All right. So, but it's still cheap at, 8 cents, 25 million. There will be dilution. When I looked at the tokenomics, which is, give me a second. Here are the OTK inflation rate. So you can see we're about in this 200, I think there are about 280 million tokens right now in circulation. So if you look at month 10, if you extract out to another year, you're looking at about 75% of the circulating supply coming in. So it will get bloated, times 3, right? Multiplied by 3. So I took that into consideration. And taking that into consideration, dilution for the cycle, I think I wouldn't be surprised if it got to $1.74. I think it can hit $1 billion market cap, even get higher. Maybe $4, it would be $3 billion. I don't see the hype around it or the community around it as I do some others. So I would be more conservative with OTK. So there will be dilution there. I still like it at this price. I think it could conceivably do a 20x. I think it's also important to note that not everything is going to go to $1 billion market cap, right? Not everything's going to hit. And that's why you kind of spread out over, when you're playing in these small caps and micro caps, that's why you spread out. That's why I bought a basket of games, right? Not everything is going to meet expectation or exceed it or hit that $1 billion market cap. And they're all risky. And again, worst case scenario in crypto is 0. So you have to be prepared for it. But I do like OTK, and it's been, range bound for a bit. I'm going to jump back into the chat before I get to some AI stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's go Mamai. I was meaning to talk about this. So this is Mammoth AI, and I'm going to get to all these comments. Mammoth AI, a project that I like because I think it's a good, first of all, the guy who's the project manager, good guy. And it's a good cause. Let me pull up the Twitter handle here. There we go. So Mammoth AI is a super small cap, micro cap. I think it's only $150,000. All right. Only accessible through like Quick Swap. And what it is an AI-driven DeSci project looking to bring the woolly mammoth and other extinct animals back to life. Dodo bird, Tasmanian tiger. This is so crypto, right? Only in crypto would you get a project like this. But they're also focused on conservation of endangered animals like rhinos and things like that. So they're looking after a good cause, and they're looking to, I think, raise money and donate a lot parts of that to top universities to conduct research in support of this cause. Again, conservation of endangered animals and bringing back extinct animals. So they have an active Telegram. I think there might be almost 1,000 people in their Telegram. I just joined there today. I just bought a bit today, like a couple $100 worth. They'll be launching a little game for their Telegram for engagement. And so this is a project that I'm rooting for, right? There are a lot of good stories. There are a lot of crazy stories in crypto. This, to me, would be a feel-good story if these guys could fund their project and get that research done. So that's Mammoth AI. It can be found on Quick Swap, and I am rooting for them. It's also kind of memeable, right? Cats have popped, dogs have popped. Why not a woolly mammoth? Shout out to those guys. Andrew says he grabbed little El Gato yesterday. I never did meme coins before, but felt like it would be fun. Yeah. It was on Crypto Banter. Yeah, and it's fun. You have to have the right mind. You have to be prepared for that volatility. And if it pops, it's tough to decide. Do you let it run? I'm just taking a look at Dibbles right now. Dibbles is holding up strong. With those small cap memes, profit is profit. So I got a 25x, a clean 25x out of that Taylor Swift cat coin. I bought my wife a watch for a few $100s. I told my daughter, because she's a Swiftie, that I would take her to the store and just buy her some toys, go a little shopping spree. I paid for an Airbnb. I'm going away to Cape Cod for a weekend. And I'm going to WrestleMania with my daughter. So that's going to fund that. She now gets to, I'm going to use that money to fund her seeing Bianca Belair. I never sell things. It's hard for me to sell. And it doubled after. And it could very well do another 5x. Sometimes, you take profit and you treat yourself and you pay yourself. And that's a lesson that I'm learning. And it felt good. Even though it doubled after that, it felt good to buy my wife a watch and to pay myself, because I, right now they're just numbers in my app. Pretty good numbers. But now if Dibbles hits, I'm good. Then I'm not going to mourn the loss of the Benji gains that I didn't get. Take a look at Alex, first DEX and swapping platform on Bitcoin. Nice. I will try to take a look. Do you have any XRP? No, I don't have XRP. I only have a small amount. I mean, you could get a multi-year breakout, but here's the thing. Until crypto proves that it's not going to dump 90%, I'm assuming that it's going to dump 90%. So I'm not baking into my expectations that something's going to have a multi-year pump. Now, I heard months back that Bank of America was going to partner with XRP after the dust settled on the lawsuit. So it's very possible that, fundamentally it does what it was intended to do. But as a coin, I don't like it. I don't like its pumpamentals, right? I think it's a third cycle coin now. It didn't, I thought my bull case for XRP was that it would be kind of like a rallying coin for crypto. And that, a lot of people would back it after the SEC case. But, in terms of, I think it's going to go up, but at a $33 million market cap, I can see it hitting 100 again, but that would be a 3x. And in crypto, there are so many coins that can do well. Like, do I expect XRP to hit a $300 million market cap this cycle? I don't. But I hope it does, and I hope it does well for you guys. That's me. SoCal in the house. Only 13 likes. That's pathetic, guys. I want 50 likes. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subbed. Thank you, SoCal, for the reminder. OMI to 10,000 billion market cap. Uno Sean. Funny. I hope OMI, let's pull it up. I want OMI to win. I hold OMI still. I don't have as much as I did at my peak OMI holdings, but up about 80%, I would say, from its bear market bottom, which is still lagging, right? So OMI's back up, but it's lagging some of the others still, but things can turn around fast and run. The thing for OMI that they really need exchanges and accessibility, especially that Bit4X went down in the US. They need accessibility. When people compare it to, Sandbox and Mana and say it's baked in that it's going to go higher, those things are on like 50 exchanges. Those things are being bought by retail. If you ask retail buyers what they held last cycle, many said Mana and Sand. People who knew nothing about crypto were buying them. And so that's not going to happen on, in your MetaMask wallet and, on Coinbase, especially with gas fees. But hopefully they'll figure out a solution for that, for those people in the US who don't have access. Might have to join you, Silverback. I'll get huge FOMO. Mamai with 170K market cap, huge potential. Yeah, and that's the thing with a coin like that. Again, that's not like AI tech for me, right? But at 170K market cap, super small. It's like a 6x to 1 million. But we will see. Yeah, mentally prepare for the shakeout, 100%. No shakeout, Jojo says. Max Payne up, most people. Yeah, Max Payne is up, which is also a good point. There are a bunch of shorts that'll get liquidated at, I think, $75,000 on Bitcoin. So you can, if it hits that, it'll, like a little squeeze action. I had GambleFi, and I got tired of it. I wasn't seeing that narrative quite hit. And I don't have Deepin. Deepin is something that I might look to add. It's getting harder and harder to find coins also, right? But there was a GambleFi AI coin that someone had mentioned in I think in our Telegram. It might have been the channel Telegram. It might have been G Money. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. It does feel like gaming should run again soon. I think so. And I think a couple that haven't run for gaming, I added a bit more of, where is it? I added a bit more of playable games. I mean, I have a good amount of this, but this has not moved yet, like Games for a Living and Naka. I would expect it. It's a good almost 53% down off its local top, actually all-time high. $43 million market cap, playable games. And GameSwift. Like GameSwift a lot. GameSwift solid, $41 million market cap. GameSwift also incorporates, and I didn't even know this until recently, they incorporate AI, and they're like, they're a gaming hub. They have like their own blockchain. I like GameSwift. I think GameSwift is the type of project that I could, with those strong fundamentals, that I can see getting into like the $1 billion market cap area. Worth a punt for sure, especially as other things run up, and it's going to get, and that's what happens in this space, is that other coins run up, Naka runs up, people don't want to buy it at 250 million, and then they look to like what hasn't run, the smaller caps. GameSwift, I added more a few days ago. I think I added like 33% of my position. A lot of runway. And also some, Ron is in that from Crypto Banter, I think, and Ivan on Tech, which is also, something to consider. You see what like an altcoin daily video does for a small coin. It makes them pop. It's just, this is what a lot of people watch. They're not watching my channel. I was talking about Palm in December with Ron. Ron, credit to Ron. He found Palm AI. We bought this in December and shout out to everyone in here. If you're in the Telegram, you likely got 100x out of this. We were buying this back here in December. Right here, 5 cents, 4 cents, brand new token. And look at it. Now it was on an Alex Becker video yesterday. Altcoin Daily talked about it. They don't talk about it when it's down here. They don't talk about it. The channel's too big. They don't want to get people wrecked. They talk about safe things that have been confirmed by the market. That's why you watch channels like this one, and bigger channels like Crypto, Seth is solid, and some other guys. I don't really watch too many guys. I stick to the Telegram. But when they talk about it, it's already done its move. But then it causes it to do the bigger move, right? And so Palm AI, dope. And last stream, I said Palai is one that could follow suit. And I'm going to update you on that. And it popped hard. So I talked about this on, and everyone's a genius in a bear market, by the way, in a bull market. A lot of people also, a lot of YouTubers are like, oh, they talk about it and it popped. They're geniuses, but everyone's a genius in a bull market, right? It's just a matter of looking to see what hasn't popped and has good fundamentals. Finding them on chain before anyone else talks about them, that's special and that's solid. But let's see. So it was at like 7 cents and it's gone up like 100%. And I said this could follow suit. I think it could get to $100 million market cap. Now, one thing to consider with Palai, which I had heard about, but it wasn't confirmed. But now I'm hearing it from some pretty reliable sources, Kenobi, who's in their Discord, they don't want major exchanges. They're not looking to get listed on exchanges, which I don't like, right? Palm AI got listed on Mcade. It got a big push up from a SEX listing. Let me bring back Palm. Palm got listed on Mcade. I think it was around here in this 45-cent range that it got listed. And it's been off to the races since. Shout out. I paper-handed this, by the way. A mistake I made, but it's all good because I have enough wins. I took my profit on this too early. But my point is, Palai has a tax every time you buy and sell. I think it's like a 5% tax, which kind of sucks. That's not it. So they want to keep that tax, and they don't want to get listed on a SEX, centralized exchange. But from what I hear, they are looking to get on to Solana network too, because right now it's on ETH, and those gas fees absolutely suck. Right? Gas fees on Ethereum suck, especially if something's not available on a centralized exchange like Mcade or a bigger one. You're stuck swapping. And if it's only available on ETH, it doesn't make sense sometimes. So I added an AI coin, but let me first finish talking about PAL. A lot of things to like here, and I'm going to go through them. I'm still bullish on it, even though it's not going to be on a SEX. It's got like I want to say a $13 million market cap right now. I think it could get into the hundreds, 100 million more, a couple hundred million, which would still be a clean. I didn't check the tokenomics, but for dilution, but it could still do, 10, 20x, make a good move up. So much I still want to talk about. Here we go. So they're constantly upgrading their stuff. They just integrated Bloomberg data. They're integrating with like all socials, TikTok, all Twitter, to pump out and aggregate social metrics and spit out PDF reports. This guy, I don't know him, Alex Crypto King, but he's super bullish on Palai. I thought it was a good thread. So version 1.5 launched already, which is a huge step forward. And now I can do PDF audits for projects. And I talked about the audits last stream. They're doing social sentiment implementation for TikTok and X. So imagine doing a social sentiment audit on Omi and on Vivi when people are fudding. It'll be funny. Funny, not funny. They're also doing a revenue share program with version 2, which Palm AI also does. And that also led to Palm AI pumping, was a revenue sharing program. And so if you hold a certain amount, you get rewarded. And in this case, you'll get weekly ETH share if you hold 50,000 Pal AI. That's according to this post, of course. I did not confirm it with the team. But I think that's bullish for Pal AI. And I think a lot of people, it's like, it's like staking, but without having to stake it, just hold it. What else? Team expansion, global partnerships, etc. Yeah, they are part of Google startups. So this is not like, it's not like OTK. They're launching an AI assistant, etc. So Pal AI, still relatively cheap market cap. Keep in mind, not going to land on a SCX anytime soon. But that leads me to the newest coin I added here, or it's my portfolio. I wanted a little more AI exposure. And so I added this yesterday. And this I've been eyeing. This was put out by Ron in the Telegram. I believe it was Ron who put it out at inception. So, all the way down here, this was put out. Well, maybe not here. Actually, probably at $1.80. it was put out. Astra AI, I bought it yesterday. Ended up getting a decent price at, I think I paid $3.10. And it's up to 370 because AI hasn't slowed down. And, AI could cool off, but it's not going anywhere. AI is going to continue to be in headlines. NVIDIA is going to continue to NVIDIA. I just read an article today about China and US in an AI war. There is going to be a world, an asset-wide, not just in crypto, but in stocks also, an AI bubble. And so I took profits on Palm AI early, and I shouldn't have. But it's all good. Now, Astra AI still relatively cheap, $36 million market cap. I have not done a deep dive into its, but that's fully diluted. I haven't done a deep dive into its tokenomics. Only available to swap and Uniswap, and I had to do max slippage. All right, so I think I did like 5% slippage. Paid gas fees, which sucked, but that's the price, I had to pay. I cashed out some of my SOL, put it into this, and just to give some background information on it, where is it? Here it is. All right, so this is, they do a bunch of different things. It's an AI search engine, AI assistant, AI image generation, AI token security audit. So that's what Palai does also. AI video summarizer, AI analysis, all this stuff. And so I'm still like doing a deep dive here on Astra AI, but AI is not going anywhere. And I wanted more exposure, and it looks dope, and the chart looks good. So bullish on, just keep on riding it. And that's, in crypto, pumpamentals trump fundamentals. And I'm not saying that this doesn't have good fundamentals. It does, but I just said I haven't finished my deep dive, and I still bought it because pumpamentals, I just did a 25x on Benji coin. There are people doing 100, 1,000 X's on Elizabeth Horton. So if it's in the AI sector, it looks good. And it's got, even if there's dilution, chances are it's going to run. And run hard this cycle. And this is AI's first cycle. So we don't know where they're going in terms of market cap. See Renders getting up there in market cap and killing it. I think FET is killing it. A lot of these bigger cap AI plays are killing it. And I said last stream, AGI absolutely killing it. And shout out to everyone in AGI. Delicium. Another one I didn't buy, but it's all good. You can't catch them all. And you can't beat yourself up for not catching something because there's so much opportunity, right? And you're going to catch something. But you have to learn from it, though. And I learned from this. I watched AGI run up. It's at a $354 million market cap. When I was eyeing it, it was at a $40 million market cap. Almost a clean 10x, and it's early. I didn't pull the trigger. But I saw this, and I talked about it. I talked about this last stream. I said Aitech is lagging a little behind Delicium. Right? If you go back and watch, I said Aitech is lagging a little behind. It popped after AGI's first pop, and it was lagging, and I would expect it to do the same thing. And what did it do? The same, just popped hard. So this went from a $50 million market cap on Thursday when I streamed to $126 million. It more than, went up a solid 100%. or more. And I've talked extensively about Aitech. But there are so many good projects out there, and I've missed so many, right? But that, again, I missed AGI, but seeing that I missed it, I loaded up on Aitech. It's now my second. This and TET are now like my two biggest holdings. And seeing this running and seeing yesterday Palai running, I ran and bought some Astra. And we'll see how far it goes. Here's the chart on Astra, but it looks solid. All right, this is the year-long chart. Another good one that I don't have is Octavia. I've talked about that. Tried to get in on its debut at 10 cents, but it skyrocketed. And what screwed me up here, and I'll probably buy some of this. I'm going to wait a little because it popped so hard. So this did, it came out at 10 cents and it went to an immediate 23x. Now it's consolidating. So the reported market cap, when I was looking at it, was like 75 million, which seemed high to me. It was more than Aitech, and I thought, that's overvalued. But it was misreported, it seems. Because now the market cap, they're saying it's 16 million on Octavia, which, by the way, launched off of Aitech's launchpad. So I think Aitech's going to $1 billion market cap plus. I will likely be buying some Octavia, but we will see. Let me jump back into the chat. Still so much to talk about. Tectum and Devve. But let me see what else you guys got here. Uno Sean, I've been accumulating Mamai. Elon has been tweeting about the mammoths lately. Nice. Can you imagine Elon gets a hold of that? I predict $10 million market cap, which would be a good, like a 60x from here. But we'll see. Good luck to Mammoth AI. Danny, are there any tokens you invested in that didn't perform as expected? Yes. Well, OMI. Oh, you said excluding OMI. Yeah, I'll talk about. So in my journey, I bag held before. I bag held last cycle. I took some profits, but for the most part, I was expecting things to go higher and further. So that was a mistake. But the ones that I held, I consolidated into Bitcoin, which was smart. I held on to my Solana and ADA, but I loaded up on Solana and I bought a lot of ADA in the bear market. This cycle, the ones that my losers so far are hello. Let me bring that up. I was buying this. Hindsight's always 20/20. And I was buying this, on the run up to the announcement of the show without realizing that it was running too fast. So I bought a lot in this consolidation, 12 cents to 15 cents. I even bought it 16 cents. So my average price on hello is probably like 11 cents to 12 cents. So I'm down a good 33%, which is fine. I think it's going to come back. But it was running hot, and I didn't recognize it as an impending sell the news, which is what it was. But, it is what it is. Some people cut this afterwards. Ron talked about that extensively. I chose to hold because I think it's going to recover. And I'll talk about my other loser in a second. It's a short-term loser in my mind. But, hello's making moves. They shifted their tokenomics to incorporate token burns. They just announced, first of all, Killer Wills is making its debut on Apple TV soon, Google TV, and more. So I think that's next week. It's going to be on, which I'm excited about. Pumpamental's still there for this. But this is what's dope. It's a view to burn. So they're excited to announce, and they just announced this today, that a portion of revenue generated from the streaming platforms will be used to burn Hello. More views equals more burn. So there's that. And they're also opening Hello to the Solana ecosystem. So it's going to be available on Sol to capture that Sol liquidity. I like that as well. So short term, it's been a mistake in buying it on the way up like that, but you can afford to make mistakes. You know, short-term mistakes will be forgiven if it recovers, and I think it will. Otherwise, the other thing I'm down on is Lit Labs. Maybe 20%. But I expect this to come back. $16 million market cap on Lit. I think it's a good value play. I'll get to Sky token. Someone mentioned Sky. And for me, Sky, here it is, Sky coin. This come back. Here we go. So Sky token hasn't hit yet, but that was to be expected for me. This is a sub one, and someone had asked earlier in the stream. It's a sub $1 million market cap. They asked if I've lost faith. I haven't. I have a small bag of Sky. It's one of those that is not going to ride a narrative, but it's got its own narrative with the people that are on board there, right? Some former head of Homeland Security, etc. They have a real working product. And so we'll see what happens here. But in terms of losses, I would say last cycle I didn't recognize. What I learned from last cycle is I thought it would go on higher longer. I got swept up. I expected 100K Bitcoin last cycle. I've learned that whatever everyone's expecting, you should probably trim your expectation. If everyone is calling for instance, I don't know, $1,000 TET, I'll be selling before that. So I've learned to take profit sooner. I doubt we have a significant pullback until 75K to 80. Yeah. My thinking is in line with Andrew's. Mcade, part of Neo Tokyo Superverse of Elliot and Alex Becker, and co-founder. Yeah, co-founder of Rockstar joined. Jamie King, he's an advisor. The founder is a part of Neo Tokyo. Russ Mcade is a part of Neo Tokyo, but Mcade itself has an application in. My expectation is that it will be approved, and then it's going to get a cosign. I bought some MAMI on QuickSwap. It's on Matic Network. Matic Network. In my MetaMask. All right, Russ answered this. Thanks, Russ. Ethan, would you consider inviting Hello K to your stream again soon? Really enjoyed the past streams. When can we expect another one? I don't know. I think that I love Hello K, but those streams were centered around Omi, right? And he's now our paths are now on going. We've gone down different paths. Hello K does more trading. I buy and hold small alts. And so we'll see. But still talk to K. Comey fumbled the bag. I mean, they got a chance here. I'll answer I see you asked another question here. Is OMI officially dead now? They're not officially dead. I don't think they're officially dead. I don't think they're dead. They're lagging. I think that they will. I think OMI will go up. Let's pull it up. I think OMI will go up. I don't think it'll go up as much as a lot of people hope and think. I think it's possible that it breaks all-time highs, but I think that's like a very bullish scenario. My base case for OMI is 008, which would be almost a 10x from here. To 10x from a $300 million market cap is not as easy to 10x from a $30 million market cap, right? You need more capital. And so I think 008 is my base case. A bear case would be 0055. And a bull case would be getting past a penny, right? And getting past all-time highs. In my mind, the most likely outcome is more of the base case. I don't think they're dead. It's crypto, and things happen gradually and then all at once. So they had a decent move up, and then the BitForex thing happened. I do agree that in terms of very objectively speaking, and I always keep it real. Where is it? I want to go back to that other here. Objectively speaking, I don't, I've learned, that's a mistake I made last cycle, was marrying my bag. I shouldn't have held OMI through the bear market. A layer one, even Solana. I held Solana. I held some ADA. And I should have recognized and sold, or consolidated all that into Bitcoin. I consolidated all my other shit, my chilies, my whatever. I lost my train of thought. Here's where they fumbled. That's it. They had all this time to deliver on things, and they didn't, right? They should have been burning through circulating supply. They had the whole bear market to burn OMI at 0005. They didn't move fast enough. We know this. It is what it is. The exchange thing. They need exchanges. And they need real exchanges. Okay, for the aspirations and the expectations that people have around this project, the BitGets and BitMarts aren't going to do it. They need real exchanges. It's disappointing that they don't push the token more, right? That they've separated VV from OMI. I don't like that. So will it go up? Yes. Is it dead? No. I don't think it goes up as much as these other coins we're talking about. 1 billion Mcade before GTA 6. It's funny. That'd be dope. That'd be dope to ride that up to a Billy. Real J Fox in the house. What's good? And make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I think we could keep running until after election in November, or if institutional buying. Yeah, so one theory I have, and a lot of people, it's not my theory, is that we started early, we're going to end early. Maybe this doesn't go into 2025. Historically, after Bitcoin breaks previous all-time high, it runs for 10 months. That'll put us end of this year. We'll see. We'll see. It would also change my charts, FYI. Because, when I made like my games for a living chart, this is taking into consideration mid-2025 dilution. So if things top out end of this year, there's leeway there. I got in bull from Ron. What you think it hits? It's a hard one to guesstimate. Yeah, hard one. So let's look. Playable games. 25 cents is going to be difficult for it. It'll be a $5 billion market cap with dilution projecting out to next year. Possible, but I would say more along the lines of 5 to 10 cents. I would say 10 cents would be my, if I had to like back against the wall, I have to pick, which would be a 20x from here. But who knows? If the economy may crash, the current administration will keep it propped up. Yeah, I think that there's, rate cuts are going to happen. They're incentivized to keep this economy as propped up as they can. So I don't expect, I feared a recession like 3 months ago for this cycle, for this year, but I think that can has been kicked down the road a bit. Yeah. What will G-Swift hit? And I didn't, do I have a, I got to make a G-Swift chart. Maybe I'll do that for next one. I think G-Swift can hit, I think it can get into the billions. It's possible. But again, not all of these will. I think it's important to note that. A lot of people are married to one outcome. They think, and that's a mistake, hearkening back to that question before. A mistake people make is that they marry an outcome. They marry a price target. Not everything's going to hit $1 billion market cap. I am playing a game of possibilities, and I'm open to different ones. GameSwift is one that could hit the billion and more. And again, Gala did $4 billion last cycle. So my expectation is that that's a target for like Miria. That's my target for Miria. Is like a 4 billion, which put it at like 15 cents. Right? That might be like a 6x from here or so. Naka. I'm really eyeing Naka because I think Naka and Mcade are kind of comparable, right? Because they have the tournaments, the gaming hub, they have vibrant communities, and Mcade's is growing. Naka gets a ton of engagement. I'm going to talk when I speak to Russ on Monday. I'm going to ask him who he considers, the biggest competition in the space, or who he likens Mcade to the most. But Naka is similar. They don't have that subscription model that Mcade has, which is a bit different. Naka also has Nakaverse. And again, I like Naka a lot. And a few streams ago, I said, winners keep on winning. And I was buying Naka at $1.75 because it was confirmed by the market. And when we talk about market caps for gaming ecosystems, I think Naka could get into that higher end of them, right? So if they get into the billions, let's say they go into 1 billion, 2 billion, 4 billion, 10 billion, I can see Naka, reaching towards the higher end of those based on everything. But here we go. Nakaverse 2.0 elevates the metaverse scene to an entirely new level. Nakaverse, your gateway to Naka City. Complete tasks within the port area to secure access passes to the Naka world. Naka also incorporated into Telegram. Very bullish on Naka. Now, if Mcade can, so if I put green on 16 billion here, which I think is, I'll make this, green is like, I think, very possible. Blue for me is possible, but like, up there in the higher range. I think Naka can get to 10 billion or close to it this cycle, which would put it at like $50. We'll see. Even if it got to 6 billion, 36 bucks is a clean more than 10x from here. And if it got to $6 billion market cap, again, people are going to look at Naka at 6 billion and look at a comparable. If Mcade is positioned as a comparable in the eyes of the market, then I can see it taking a fraction of that, a portion of that. And if it got to even $1 billion market cap, I'd be very happy with that, because that would be, 65 cents and closing in on $1. But again, we'll see. Who knows? No one knows. Hindsight will tell us, and you can only connect the dots looking backwards. Will Metaverse do good this bull run? I have my eyes on Ozone Metaverse. I think that the Metaverse was last cycle. I think you'll see it, but it's not going to be as hot. They might get a kind of a run along gaming and get lumped in. It's my thinking. And I want to say, Mana had Centraline had a nice pop recently, up a good 30%. So did Sand. So you might see them run alongside gaming, but I don't think it'll be like the Metaverse like it was last time, because that was driven by Meta. That popped off. There were like rumblings of the Metaverse, but that really popped off when Facebook changed their name to Meta. And a lot of people ride last cycle's narratives. It's important to ride this cycle's narratives. And so I'm not actively seeking out metaverses, but they might ride alongside. OTK so bullish on. Nice. Got a big bag. Yeah, you can earn physicals. Pretty dope. It sets OTK apart, right? That you can earn physicals on there, which I like. It's time for me to check in on Dibbles, guys. See if we went to the moon yet. No, we're holding steady. A little consolidation from my cat coin. Oh, speaking of, if a token ain't named after one of Taylor Swift's cats, that's my boy OG Vault. He's a Swiftie. And I'm a Swiftie too. Now. Love Mimai, solid project. Is Logan Paul? We need a Logan to talk about that. There are already huge companies doing this with mammoths. Dope. Danny, you're heavily invested in gaming hub tokens like Mcade, yet they lack blue chip games. This is true. Why not invest little in solid blue chip games? My reason is because so games are hit or miss, right? Adoption with games, hit or miss. Shrapnel, yeah. AAA. I like gaming. I just like gaming hubs and gaming ecosystems because it gives you opportunities for multiple games to hit or one of many games to hit, and just opens up all these things. So, Naka might not have, and they do have a AAA game, they say, coming. Who knows? But they might not have like a legit Shrapnel in there. But if they have great tournaments with all these little games, that's play to earn, that's going to get that hype going. And that's just been my approach, has been to focus on ecosystems rather than focus on a single game that could fail or do well. But Shrap is doing well. I think Shrap will do well. Silverback. Pump the dibble bags. Mamai, just the tips. I haven't seen that one. Next time around, what's going on with Mint Layer? Yeah, Mint Layer actually dumped, and I don't know why. I know that they had a migration recently. Someone asked me if I'm still bullish on it. I don't have a reason not to be. Aside from this price dumping, I got this early. So I'm still up on it, but not up as much as I was. Mint Layer is definitely dumped. But I'm not worried. Tectum has been on the move again, which I love to see. Again, this ended up my biggest bag, and now AI Tech is competing for that. Tectum's going to do very well this cycle. And I think Devve is going to do very well this cycle. Before I get to the chat, let's talk about that. Which prior to the stream, Devve started pumping. I looked at my portfolio and saw a big jump. It's because I went hard on Devve. Devve is a top 5 holding for me right now. Just because of the potential, the price, and the newness of it. If it hits, like I said this last stream, when it breaks out past the $2 mark, I can see this going to $6 easily, just like Tectum did, and then, consolidating. But maybe they're pumping now because they have an AMA, I think, tomorrow. But there's a lot to like about Devve, and I did bookmark something. Is this it? All right. Oh, so the network's going live. Yeah, we knew that was coming. So that's why maybe we'll get this run up. They have a launch pad. So Devve has a launch pad. They have their own exchange coming in 146 days. Because they have an exchange, they're I think they're regulatory compliant, which puts them in good standing perhaps with governments and things like that when they look to issue stable coins. I've heard things like that. I do think that Devve could be a blue chip in the making. Will it be? I don't know. You only know with hindsight. But my thing has been this cycle, thinking ahead and having foresight and thinking what could be a blue chip that is new, slept on before it gets confirmed by the market. Maybe I'm wrong. But if I'm right, and let's see what else they got. So Devve's going to be sick. They have 8 million transactions per second, supposedly. They also use a sharding technology that allows others to make blockchains on their blockchain, right? So you can create a blockchain using their sharding technology. They've got a bunch of devs on there. They've been working on this for about 6 years. They've got their launch pad coming up. And remember that launch pads on their own can get to high market caps. So similar to AI Tech, they've got their own launch pad. Innovation grant shard, like this again, just reiterating what I was just talking about. So next week, maybe it runs before that. We'll see. Maybe it breaks through that all-time high of $2, which I was expecting it to do before it dumped. So when this was at around this price, maybe back here, maybe around here, I was expecting this run up, and I thought it would flip to $2 into support. It sold off hard, down to $1.18. But that's, again, I like adages. You can afford to make a short-term mistake when the long-term trend is up. So I bought some up here, $1.50, $1.40, and then it dumped. $1.60 I bought even. I bought this all over the place. Dumped to $1.18. Didn't bother me. It's volatile. It's new. It's only been out for a little while. I loaded up at $1.18. And we'll see where it goes. But again, for me, I try to have foresight. What could be a blue chip? And if it is, if just Devve turns into a blue chip for me, and Mcade and these other ones don't, I'll still be good. When will you shift to the next portfolio? Will it still be in crypto investing? I'm done buying this month. Right now, my plan is to just focus on now. I'm not focusing on what I'm doing with my profits after, towards the end of this cycle. We'll see what markets look like. Stock market might not be something that's investable. Even the stock market's, heated up. You've got, Nvidia, $2 trillion market cap, some other Apple, Microsoft. It's really the big ones are crazy big market caps really leading the way. We'll see. I'm not familiar with Krita, but my wife is from Kriti, from Greece. I'll take a look. Meld. Let's check a look at Meld. Yeah, I've don't own Meld, but I've looked at it. $62 million market cap. Just like a DeFi play, I want to say Meld. I don't remember. Yeah. A lot of good projects out there. I'm not familiar with Ocean. Ivan on Tech is doing Copy mentions also. Wow. Cornucopia, nice. Palai coming in hard and strong. Copy is crushing it like no other I've seen. Let's take a look. I know, well, Copy's coming from a super small market cap, so nice. Now it's at 75 million, right? But I think, didn't Copy come from, I want to say like $1 million market cap or something like that? Or am I wrong? Andrew, yeah, Danny the Beast. I was referenced as Danny the Beast in the Mcade Telegram. They said that there are these guys, Ron and Danny the Beast, talking about Mcade, and now other people are paying attention to it. So that's become a nickname. Yeah, smash that like button. Thank you, Andrew. Rub the like button. Nice. How about that Epico? Yeah, we talked about Epico earlier, man. Shout out to everyone who bought it and got gains on it. Mine's sitting at a 450K market cap. $600K. What does Minds do? Can be traded on the most. I'll take a look at it. Small market cap. Justin's funny. Did Mask say they're not interested in bigger exchanges? So, no, they said that. Good question. They are. So, Kari Hero, the founder, has said that they are focused first on developing their DEXs, right? To get on a bunch of DEXs. He's all about, privacy, decentralization. So you can see that they've been getting on all these DEXs. I think that the plan is to get on some more DEXs, but I do think they'll get on MEXC. I do think that they'll get on some smaller exchanges. I don't expect them to get on, major exchanges, but we'll see. Still a small market cap on Mask. It's not in a sexy sector, right? It's not in gaming, not in AI, but it's a fundamentally strong project. I do think that privacy can have a run, especially as we get closer to the election and there's talk about CBDCs. Privacy could have a run, and it is relative to other privacy coins, it's cheap. $14 million market cap. I did most of my buying on this. I started at 7 million, but I bought all the way up to 25 million, I think, or 20 million. I bought in this range, in this 40-cent range. So this is something, maybe I'll add more to my Mask bag. We'll see. Devve going off. Love to see it. FOMOing into Epico may not return to dock if everything goes up now anyways. Epico is something that could go to 100 million. Looks familiar to like Vemp from last cycle, which was like another like mobile game. And it went to 100 milli. ZK swap. I'm not overly familiar with that. OMI isn't going to perform this cycle. Let's be honest. We'll see. I think it'll go up. Hey, I told you I'll sell OMI months ago. Bill Gators. What's good? Yeah, Veracity. I think I had Veracity, but I put that into something else I liked more. But Veracity's pumped, I think. Has it not? Yeah. Very nice. 100% move on Veracity. I like Veracity. I think it will continue to pump. What's good, CryptoSys? Roland, thanks for the great advice. Thank you for coming through. Will rates bring down crypto and stocks? I don't think so. You mean slashing interest rates? So historically speaking, when the Fed cuts interest rates, markets crash. However, historically speaking, when the Fed cuts interest rates, it's because they've already broken the economy. So they raise interest rates to cool things off and slow things down, and most of the time end up breaking the economy, right? Causing, unemployment to go up and all these other things. And so then they lower rates once they've broken the economy, and then they, pump the economy again, print money. This time around, we've heard talk of, what's it called? A soft landing, right? Is there going to be a soft landing? And if there is a soft landing, which happened in 1995, I think, it doesn't happen often. If there is a soft landing where that's where they are able to raise those rates up, cool off inflation, and not break the economy at the same time, right? That's a soft landing. If they're able to do that and execute that and they lower rates, I think lowering rates has a positive impact on the markets. But what do I know? We're going to find out. But I'm not worried about it. If all the financial indicators were pointing to an imminent recession and the breaking of the economy, then it'd be on my radar. As of now, I think we're okay. You can't see me. What's good? Cubic. Yeah, for sure. Founder of IOTA. I think it just hit $1 billion. This is one I didn't get. So I think it's hit $1 billion market cap on Cubic. Still not on a major exchange. So many projects out there. Have you looked at OxDev? Yeah. And PAL. I was just looking at PAL, not PAL AI. I feel like I was looking at this yesterday. Oh. Devve also has this sick thing where they can supposedly reverse fraudulent transactions. Also, what's up, cockboy? What's good, Mike? Reversing fraudulent transactions could be problematic in crypto, right? Because we'd like that, but at the same time, and Mike also is holding his cock bag. And this is one that I'm not selling. Got this kind of early. Dog with hat just crossed $2 billion in market cap. Bonk, $2 billion. Pepe, $4 billion. To me, it's a matter of time before this crosses $1 billion. But it's a meme coin, so there's that. Bump is most realistic, massive move this cycle. If they can get onboarding and liquidity early enough. It's got potential for sure. I think Bump just had to move up. Wendyverse. Justin loves Wendyverse. Crowcoin. Kronos. I think it's, I don't look at it much because I'm more focused on first cycle narratives. Right? Historically speaking, I don't know enough about it to see if it'll get back to this all-time high. But I've been mostly focused on first cycle plays. But been on for an hour and 45 minutes. I want to thank everyone for coming through. We had over 50 strong for the entire time. Make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I have to get off now because my brother's on his way. He's FOMOing into the market. He wasn't buying when I was telling him to buy, and he's coming here with $5,000, and he wants to buy some stuff. It's ridiculous. Did you hear that Dog With Hat community is raising money to put the dog on the Vegas? No, it's pretty funny, man. Supposedly, they have raised over 250K. That's sick. Only in crypto, man. Can't wait to do it with Cogino. Love you, Justin. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you all for coming through. Come through tomorrow live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time with Russ Mcade. Looking forward to it. Catch you guys in the next one. Go catch those memes.